Hello. Hello, I'm Ron Burgundy.
And I am Leonardo Laverde, and you are tuned in to Noticias Unición 34, solo las 11.
With World War II erupting, everyone has an opinion on it, including our African American friends. Most white Americans see African Americans as lesser, second class citizens. But recently, our dark compadres have been given more jobs with higher pay. Now, you may be asking yourself, why, Ron? Well, because our white men have been moving to the Pacific and Europe to fight the Great Fight. The African Americans have been given more jobs in the North. African Americans are moving to cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, and even Oakland. Our African Americans on our soil haven't had it easy lately. They've been subjected to slavery, discrimination, and even Jim Crow laws, which enforce discrimination. But recently, there's been a change due to President Roosevelt's executive order. He's demanded that African Americans have more jobs with better pay and better working conditions. More about this after the break.
Okay, remember, it's gonna come back to me. And now, we are back with Noticias Unición 34, solo las 11. Back to you, Ron.
Thank you. Now, finally to our biggest story of the morning, or evening, or whenever you're watching this. African Americans in the Army. Now, compared to World War I, African Americans have had it a little bit easier with discrimination and segregation in the Army. It's become the lowest point it has in years. More about this with Leonardo Laverde.
Thank you, Ron. There has been a long talk and a lot of controversy about having African American join our precious Navy. In my personal perspective, I think it is an excellent idea. More numbers, more strength, scare the German army. But like my partner here, Ron, was talking about, segregation with African Americans after World War I has dropped tremendously. And it's a sad thing to hear. Not till 1943, when President FDR had announced that there will be the first flying union of African Americans known as the Red Tails. The Red Tails have been used to go fight in South Africa versus the Italians, and they have gone to attack Sicily and other southern Italian states. Okay, get back into it. Okay. Now a lot of people have been talking about if African Americans will be able to cut the chase when it comes flying against sophisticated German air pilots. We're Americans. We have faith and we can do this. I think that it can be best to have African Americans join our military and help us win this great war that we are fighting right now in Europe. And now we have special coverage coming from Tottenham, England, with our reporter Cecilia Lara interviewing a nurse named Marilyn Zamora, talking about how African Americans have been discriminated by white American soldiers. And now passing it on to my colleague Cecilia Lara.
Thanks, Leonardo and Ron. I'm here live in Tottenham, England at the base Fort Minor, and I'm here present with Marilyn Zamora. She will be telling us about her perspective to the effects of African Americans and distribution to the war. Hi, Marilyn. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Why do you think African Americans are being discriminated in war by the white soldiers?
Many African Americans are being discriminated by the white soldiers because they believe that they do not belong in the war.
And how does it affect the African American state of mind to the war?
I remember as I was working at a base in England, there was a racist propaganda against black soldiers, depicted them as rapists of German women and carriers of diseases. Because of this, it isolated them socially and economically.
What principles did Roosevelt use to help the African Americans?
President Roosevelt from the U.S. decided to sign the Executive Order 8802 that bans racial discriminations.
How do you think African Americans felt after?
I know that the African Americans felt like they had more pride and freedom in their country, and they gained more advantages in the workforce.
Thank you, Marilyn, for that interview. And here are some pictures of the African Americans during World War II. going back to you, Leonardo and Ron.
Thank you, Cecilia, for that very interesting interview. Well, it's got to that time, viewers. It's that sad moment where we have to say goodbye. Ron, any final words?
Just one.
No, you are not Batman, Ron. Stop.